Suffering from a brain injury can have a traumatic impact on your life and well-being. Brain injury survivors often bear physical and mental damages while having to manage medical, financial, and legal challenges. At TorHoerman Law, we understand that dealing with a brain injury is incredibly difficult. Our team of brain injury lawyers will work with you to help navigate the legal system and receive proper compensation in your brain injury lawsuit. Hiring a brain injury lawyer can significantly increase your chances of winning a brain injury lawsuit. There are many different specific causes of brain injury. These include slips and falls, vehicle-related accidents, assaults and violent crimes, explosive blasts, and other collisions. The severity of the damage depends on many factors, including the force of impact and the nature of the injury. Brain injuries are often classified as primary injury and secondary injury. Primary brain injuries occur at the moment of impact and can affect the entire brain or specific lobes. The secondary injury refers to the brain undergoing a delayed trauma, where it swells against the skull, reducing the flow of oxygen-rich blood. There are 5 major types of traumatic brain injuries. Concussion. Concussions result from sudden movements that cause the brain and head to dramatically move back and forth. This can lead to the brain bouncing around in the skull, creating chemical changes and brain cell damage. Contusion. Contusions are bruises on specific areas of the brain resulting from an impact on the head. Contusions are classified as coup or contra-coup injuries. Diffuse axonal injury. Diffuse axonal injuries refer to the stretching and tearing of the brain's nerve cells at the cellular level. Axons, which connect individual nerve cells throughout your brain, become damaged. Traumatic subarachnoid hemorrhage. Traumatic subarachnoid hemorrhaging is a condition where bleeding occurs in the space surrounding the brain. The bleeding occurs where injury causes the brain's small arteries to break. Hematoma. A hematoma is a blood clot that forms when one of the brain's blood vessels ruptures. Blood then escapes the bloodstream and thickens and clots. Traumatic brain injuries require immediate medical assessment and attention. Doctors work to gain as much information as possible about the person's symptoms and injuries. Using the following technologies, they're able to provide a proper diagnosis and treatment plan. Glasgow Coma Scale, imaging tests, intracranial pressure monitor. Every year, approximately 1.5 million people sustain a traumatic brain injury in the United States. Nearly 50,000 people die from these injuries, with an estimated 80,000 to 90,000 people experiencing long-term disability. Brain injuries can happen to anyone, but certain demographics are at higher risk. These groups include children, in particular newborns to 4 years old, young adults ages 15 to 24, adults 60 and older, males in any age group. Brain injuries can have severe long-term effects on a person's life. These complications can occur immediately or develop long after the injury. More severe injuries increase a person's risk of developing additional complications and post-concussive symptoms, altered consciousness, physical complications, cognitive and executive functioning problems, communication and social issues, behavioral and emotional changes. If you or a loved one suffers a brain injury, seek medical treatment right away. Traumatic brain injuries are almost always an emergency, and the consequences can rapidly intensify if not treated immediately. Find an emergency room or medical facility to have a professional assess the damage and prepare for the next steps in care. Seeking medical attention will also help you mitigate your injuries and strengthen your claim. After mitigating your injuries, gather all evidence as soon as possible and document your injuries. This will help your brain injury lawyer strengthen your claims. Evidence can include, and is not limited to, medical records, photos, videos, personal written accounts, medical bills, witness statements, and other records. Familiarize yourself with steps in the civil litigation process so you know what to expect in a brain injury lawsuit. Following collective evidence, it's important to seek out and hire an experienced personal injury lawyer who can help you handle your brain injury lawsuit. Your brain injury lawyer can work with you to help ensure you're compensated for any damage physically, mentally, and emotionally. At TorHoerman, we have a team of experienced personal injury lawyers ready to work with you to pursue restitution for your suffering. Contact us today to learn more about how a brain injury lawyer can help you.